A very good afternoon, my people. So today is the last teaching of this year, and we look forward to next year. Next year is the year of Great Dragon. I know some of you are dragons, so next year is the year of Great Dragon. Next teaching, the first teaching of that year, of year 2024, then we'll talk about what a year of Great Dragon means. So let's start with our first part, breathing exercise, that is based on Taoist teaching. Taoist is, their focus always is wellness and longevity. That 站桩, this teaching is called 站桩. That means that you stand like a tree and your roots, put your toes deep into the ground, right? And bend your knees naturally. Put up your arms. Now you will breathe in, not just from your mouth or your nose, but you are just envisioning all the meridian lines of your system is open up. You breathe in pure energy. You breathe out toxin. So we're going to do 10 times of this breathing together. Now, we will do our part 2. That's our energy movements. 10 energy movements is one of the best energy movements exercise for strengthening or balancing your fascia system. If you remember 2 important things from this movement, I want you to remember this is opening up, strengthening your triple burner, 三焦, that represent your fascia. 2, if people want to do cancer prevention, cancer treatment, prevent cancer, and this is, you should do this movement. The second movement, if you remember certain points. If people ask you, why are you doing this? You tell them. This will help to protect your lungs. Winter time, there are a lot of gatherings, a lot of viruses out there. Doing this, that will help prevent respiratory related symptoms, and also to balance your liver. If you have neck problems, this is good too. Every time if you are afraid of COVID, do this move. And this movement is to help with your gut system. If you have stomach fullness, intestinal inflammation or stagnation, either diarrhea or constipation, do this movement. Holiday gatherings, eat too much, maybe you should lead the whole family do this. Now, this movement, especially the holiday seasons, you're happy to see some of your families, not so happy to see the rest of it. This will help you to balance your basic emotions. So when you see the whole family and relatives or friends, you'll be really, really calm. Before and after you go for those parties, do this movement. And this movement, if people have, let's say, sleep disturbance, a lot of people that they have divisions between their heart and kidney system, they couldn't really sleep through the night, and do that. So this will help. And also, You can brag about what you can do in front of you. This is a great airport movement. Does that help you to create a boundary, an energy field, and also help with spine and lower back to prevent from injuries? If you drag your luggage too heavy or sit too long, this will help. This will help your spine to breathe. This will help with the liver energy stagnation. And also, if you have a lot of anger, frustration, do that. And this movement is a very good movement for spine and for kidneys. Winter time, kidneys are our manager. So if you feel you're stagnant or have low energy, kidney stone, do this. This is again strengthen the whole fascia system. Stretch it out. Really good for hemorrhoids, this one. Last one is for longevity. Meyer lemons is in season. So get some Meyer lemon, and I just put a couple pieces in my water. I drink warm water, 70 ounces total. If you take 20 ounces tea, soup, fruits, at least have 50, right? 5 of these. Okay, so today we're going to talk about 冬藏. Dong is winter. Cang is store. Because many of you have followed us throughout the year. According to traditional Chinese medicine, we say 春生, that means spring, you sow, right? And summertime, you let it grow. Autumn, you harvest, and winter, you store. So that's why before the spring comes, we encourage people to really prepare for the soil. You prepare for your garden, you prepare it in the field, you get your house in order, very clean, and then you sow, right? You harvest what you plant. Always remember that. And in summertime, you let it grow. You let it grow, right? You weed and you take care of it and you let it grow. And then autumn, it's a time to harvest, right? Because you have worked so hard to wait for the harvest. And after harvest season, and in November, that or late October, November, according to us, what we do is we sift, what is that is because in order for you to store, you must let go of the unnecessary. You sift through things, right? You purge physically, emotionally, and you let clean of your soul. And then what you store is really the best bit of it. So now, after a long year of working, and now after harvest, you store. So winter is a time to store. So winter, our kidney system is our manager, right? We say every season you have middle management, every 2 hours you have the frontline management, right? We talked about that. So winter, who's your manager? The kidney system is your manager, right? We have 2 kidneys. In traditional Chinese medicine, they actually function very differently. The right kidney, that's where we call 龙雷之火. Rain and the dragon and the thunder is that you have this little precious fire in water that lives, that is your gene, that's the best bit, right? That is, in Western medicine, that's your stem cell that can transform into anything for you that you will ever want in your health. So that gene, that is the bit, is the best bit that can transform into anything you need. So the more you have it, the longer you will, and the healthier you will be, the longer you will live, because that really is the best bit. In wintertime, we collect those little best bit, right? We store them. So, and then the left kidney, that's your filter system, right? We said we have 5 filter systems in our system. Yes, let's review. We have lungs that need to be cleaned. That's filter things through. We have spleen system. We have liver system, we have kidney system, and then we have the whole fascia, the whole lymph system. So this system in winter time is the best bit, is that we collect the best bit that, and we store them. So just a little bit of, this is precisely how we nourish our lives, right? You store the best bit of it. You every day you follow the nature of rhythm, and then you store the best bit of it. You need energy, and you store the best bit of energy that is for your rainy day, that is for your longevity. So what are some little tricks that in winter time that one should do? One is that you should go to bed early and yet stay in bed longer, right? So let's say in spring, summer, and fall, if you get up at 5:45 or 6, in winter time, try to stay in bed until 6:30, sometimes even 7. You should continue to go to bed around 9, right? Do your evening routine, right? You can go to bed and sleep by 10 or 10:30, and then when you wake up, don't just jump up, right? Stay in bed for 30 minutes. Really, that will, we say, that is to help to nurture your yang energy, that to help to nurture your kidney system, that will help to save up your jing. So just a little, then in winter, what is it that you should eat more, right? In winter, we say 2 things that you may want to just kind of don't forget to eat them. One is to eat more fermented food, right? If you have fermented, some people have fermented rice, and we call that 酒酿, and that is very good. And it's fermented cabbage, fermented yogurt is fermented. That and the other thing is horseradish and other spicy food. So you can eat a little bit more spicy food in winter time. That will help to balance the yin and yang energy for you. So winter time, when you store this, right? So then how do you know that your body is in balance? Winter time is a time that one should always feel a little excited, just a little excited of the things that, let's say, you know, in our clinic, we have babies, right? We have babies every year. Now we have over 1,000 babies. So when I see those mothers, right, when they come in, they know they are pregnant. So that, but they still are holding, especially the first try, right? They still hold it as a secret. Only they themselves know. That level of excitement, that level of joy, to know they have a secret and that they are nourishing a new life. And they will do anything to nourish themselves and to nourish the new life. That is, I say, a good kidney system. If you have to say, wow, you have that level of excitement. It's that every time when you go into your garden, when you go outside, when you go into nature, you're excited to see your new friends and old friends. That I am excited to see all of my oak trees and just anything and everything that each day you can discover. That means that, oh, this person has a pretty good kidney system, because this person still have this level of excitement to see, wow, what this tree will tell me today, right? Oh, I discovered a little plant and it wasn't there. So I discovered what the squirrels buried and they forget, and I will see that seed grow. So that level of excitement is a test for your kidneys. And also, that I often feel that every time I open a book of traditional Chinese medicine, my ancestors has left me, that they have cases after cases of studies. And even though I've read them and reviewed them and studied them for thousands of times already, but each time I open a book, I have excitement because I am able and willing, and hopefully I will learn something I haven't noticed before. And just you can all go and find this little excitement. This excitement that will help to nourish your kidney system. And then also that's validate you have good kidney system. And then, every time you see your loved ones. I've been married for 25 years. Every time I see my wife, I have excitement, right? I have that little excitement. I want to see her, I want to tell her. And just the little bit excitement that you have. And then by doing that, you are nourishing your kidney system. And in turn, also you're validating your kidney system is in good shape. So especially nowadays that what is going on out there, we really do need our good kidney system. If you have a balanced kidney system, you will be able to have a vision for your learning, for your life, for whatever you do. And if you can't think of that, then you know your kidney system needs work, right? If you have determination or courage to carry out what you plan to do, then that also is a sign your kidney system is doing well. So how do we nourish it? We have been talking about this for thousands of times. A good sleep hygiene, right? The correct time to go to bed, the correct time to sleep, right? Give it 7 to 7 hours, 7 and 7.5 or 8 hours sleep. Watch your elimination. Your pooping is important because we say for us to store the best bit, you gotta let go. You gotta let go of the things your body is not needing it anymore. Have a balanced diet is important, right? Plenty of water in winter time, and you are welcome to eat more yogurt. You're welcome to eat more meat. You're welcome to eat more fermented food. So these are all important things. So talking about store. So what I think that you all, if you can help yourself and help your family to have some items that on my list, I think it's very basic list. Is one is that we have this wellness broth. So I encourage all of you to take 1 teaspoon daily because this is one of the best formula to balance your immune system. We will talk more about what do I mean about balancing immune system, not over or underact, balancing your immune system, and also reduce stagnation and why it's important. So 1 teaspoon daily. Don't forget, holiday season is here. Encourage everybody to take it with you, okay? And have a meridian line patting tool. Now you see we even create this long one, which I really enjoy in life. So, and have, because in winter time there are 3. This is something that I want to focus a little bit on after I go through my list. So these are the items I always have. So I take my wellness every day, 1 teaspoon. I have a comb like this to do my health, brain health. My head, use this one. I do my meridian line petting. Use a tool like this. There are herbs in it that will help with mind calming, reduce stagnation. And then I also have a pair of walnuts. So this pair of walnuts that I am nurturing it for a dear friend of mine. And you just play like this. That's good for your brain. That's good for your kidneys. So, and 3 things in winter one should do, right? Protect one's head, right? That means combing is good. Massage your head is good. We have the head massage. We have also the sinuses massage. We have the ear massage, right? Remember, anything to do with the head, do. And then the other thing in winter time is important. If we pick 3 things, let's say, hey, what are the most important exercise or the 3 things we do for our gene, for our kidney health? Your head, everything, you know, it's not just your head, right? It's your eyebrows, and we teach the sinuses, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, and all these massages we have. I've taught you, I can send you again. And then the second thing is make sure you do foot massage and foot soak. You do a foot soak first, and if you can't sleep well, then we'll give you some herbs. If you have pain, then we'll give you some herbs. If you just want to do general health, and you can put 1 tablespoon of vinegar and 1 tablespoon ginger, 1 tablespoon salt, not together, right? You alternate them. And then you just, every day, you just do 10 minutes foot soak and then 5 minutes foot massage. You don't have to remember which point, just from your lower leg into your foot, just massage it. And third is to protect your dantian. Dantian is your gut, right? Especially your lower part, this part of the gut. So a lot of people, what they do is that in monastery, we have those silk covers, right? We put underwear on, we put that silk cover under that to protect the dantian. I think now, Sarah, isn't it? We have some kind of other materials that can help to protect dantian. If people always feel cold in winter, have cold hands, and try that. If they have frequent urination, try that. That helps, really helps. So now you know the 3 important things to do: massage, right? Foot soak and massage, and then also protect your dantian and do a colon massage after that. And before you go to bed, do a colon massage. And during the day, you protect your dantian. And these are the things, are little tricks you will do to help to balance your kidney system. If your kidney system is balanced, you're able to store the most precious gene that you have saved up, you have worked so hard throughout the year. So I will leave some time for questions today, okay?
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. I'm wondering regarding, oh, sorry.
Co-teacher. All right, okay, go ahead, Sarah.
Lila doesn't have any words of wisdom for us today.
Lila just left the room. She just showed up and showed her beautiful face and left.
It is a beautiful face indeed. Dr. Liu, I'm wondering with protecting dantian, that also protects the golden triangle. So I'm presuming that that also is really important for, could you speak a little bit about that and how that relates?
If you protect, you know, like those things, what do you call it, Sarah? That
yeah, so I believe it's called a haramaki. I will put it in the sort of chat notes here for people who are interested in that.
Yeah, so then if you protect here, and you put on like an underpant just without the bottom part, right? And then you will protect your golden triangle. Golden triangle that really is protect your Mingmen zhihu, that is protect your kidneys directly. And this one is the dantian is the intersection, most important intersection, the front line, right? And you also protect it. I have silk that I use for winter time that I found that very helpful to me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. But any material can be used. I mean, I know sometimes wool is used and cotton.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, 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 yes. Just any materials that wool is good, silk is good. Well, I've not seen other people use. Or sometimes some Manchurian hunters and Tibetans, and they use the fur because they hunt, right? That's their profession. So I've seen that people use that. I haven't really seen people use other things.
That's how they keep so warm. That makes so much sense.
Yeah. Don't let them fool you. It's so cold there. So when I was in Tibet, I put my silk on. They give me, I think it was wolf. So I put that on. That really helps.
That's really wonderful. Dr. Liu, I'm wondering, you talked a little bit about sort of purging, and I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about our personal space, so like our house, and how to kind of create that to be an extension of that concept of sort of using the time to purge in order to store.
So you have to get rid of the things that you no longer need. That to So because the situation changes, people changes, right? First of all, you all have too much stuff. Go to your closet and just let go of half of it. You'll be happier. So not to say other things. So just kind of organize that and make room for your growth, because how clean and tidy you are and your house is a representation of that. That shows how well you are overall. But if you cannot make a decision to let anything go, then that means you have dampness in your spleen system, and then your small intestine is not working well. Not to say that will weaken your kidney system, right? So and then a lot of times with relationships, a lot of people, my observation, don't get upset with me, and I think a lot of times people have quite toxic relationships that they, for whatever the reason, don't let go of those. You should just let go of it. You will feel better. Because that is just, otherwise, the other observation is that people will get into other people's personal space and business and make things much worse to each other. So in monastery, and we purge every year, and then we purge our own toxins, right? To say, these are the thoughts, these are the habits, it's no longer serving any purpose. So I must let go of that. I must really renew, right? Reflect and renew. So after harvest, that we do plenty of that. We actually do 45 days of that before we store. So we really look at everything ourselves, from inside to ourselves to our outside, and we just do that careful examination before we store. Otherwise, you just store junk. I hope that makes sense to you. So,
Yes, I love that. Thank you, Dr. Liu. I'd like to go back to the dietary recommendations that you discussed. So you mentioned pickled foods and you mentioned slightly spicy. Um, could you, is that to, tell me.
fermented ginger. So if we actually have a really good recipe that for fermented ginger, that it's really good to eat a little bit of fermented ginger, a fermented cabbage and fermented radish. That's also good. I guess that's really smelly. If you give that as a Christmas present for someone, when you open that, the whole house will smell. But anyways, it tells them it's good for them. So more fermented food, and fermented yogurt is fermented. If one want to enjoy a glass of wine, is a good time. Sake is fermented wine, and we have fermented in winter. We have 酒酿. 酒酿 is what we do in monastery a lot, of fermented rice. I have not mastered that. Maybe this winter I shall master that. Once I do, I shall share them. Oh, sourdough bread. That's also, if you like bread, sourdough bread is good. In wintertime, you can have a piece a day. That's good for you. Anything fermented is good. And then the other thing is that horseradish, spicy food. A lot of people like spicy food. Once or twice a week of spicy food in wintertime, that will help to balance that. Today, let's say today I made really good lamb chop with carrots, slow cooked. That is delicious. It's one of my new recipes. Talking about that, next year that I'm thinking we probably the second part of the year, we will restart doing some cooking and teaching people how to cook. So I shall invite a couple of you, maybe once a month, ideally twice a month. People will sign up and we'll have lunch together. We'll have a teaching class, and the class will be available online, available in person. So that is in my plan, on my to-do list.
Dr. Liu, that sounds wonderful. I'm just imagining the traffic and your poor neighbors.
Because I really enjoy cooking. I enjoy cooking with people. I enjoy cooking, and I think it would be really kind of cool if we cook together, right? And I'll tell people why I use certain ingredient and how much to use it and how to use herbs. I think it would be really cool.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. I think just from working with you and speaking with our many clients, they want to make healthy choices. They buy lots of wonderful, nutritious produce. They just don't know how to put it together. So I think, and your cooking is so straightforward. Of course, we have yet to replicate, but we try. So I think that would be such a wonderful gift, really, just to learn how to put things together at the just most basic level.
Yeah. So for instance, that beef, how to stir fry a tender beef. Many of people's beef tastes like rubber. It's not even good for the teeth. Even my dogs won't eat it. But anyways, but there's a way you can do to make the beef so tender. It's very, very simple, actually. I have that trick. So if we cook together, and then you will just be like a chef. Next time you gather with other people and say, try my beef, right? Try my lamb chop, try my chicken, and try my vegetables. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Dr. Liu, not to sort of nitpick the details here, but we do have a question about just how much ginger is sort of healthy, just so, one isn't overdoing it, since I imagine some are sensitive to that. Are you recommending, again, just a couple times a week, or?
So every day in the morning, I use ginger in my porridge. It's a nickel, right? If you eat that amount of ginger, to put a nickel amount of ginger in your porridge or in your water, and that's healthy. Lunch, if you want to make stir-fry dish, if you want to slow cook, if you want to whatever you want to do, a quarter, right? A quarter. And that's it. You can do it every day, okay? If you already are drinking ginger tea, then don't put in your cooking. If you put in your cooking, a nickel and a quarter. That's the amount you need, because we're not measuring your height, we're not measuring your weight, we're measuring your tummy. So that's how much you need. So if kids under 10, give them half that dosage.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Before we got started with the teaching, you had mentioned that we're experiencing a warm winter and how that can be problematic for us in the spring. Could you share a little bit with us some thoughts on that, Dr. Liu?
Because if winter is too warm, you're not able to store. Because for us to store properly, the energy, the gene has to be the natural rhythm, the meridian line has to really close off. So when outside is warm, naturally your meridian lines are not totally closed off and are half open. So that leaks out gene, that leaks out energy. So a simple trick you can do is eat ginger and keep yourself warm, keep your dantian and golden triangle warm. That will help with to kind of deal with a warm winter. A warm winter it's always lead to next spring we will see more of the old times, the flu-like things, and we call that 瘟疫. It's like a plague type of things. It's most likely related to chicken and birds. So, and you know why? Who wants to know why? I don't know if we have time to tell you why, but why chicken is the one that in wintertime, if it's too warm and they got disease and they die and they spread that disease, chicken or birds, why not duck? Because chicken, the nature of the chicken is fire, right? And that is warmth. So if that got disarranged, then people have more problems. So that's why in wintertime, the bird flu, it's the winter and spring likely to happen. So I like to tell people all these things.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. I guess I want to just thank you, Dr. Liu. This is our third year of teachings, and it's been really just such a gift to do this with you. I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm sure all of our listeners are so grateful for the time that you take with us on Sunday. So it feels so monumental, Dr. Liu. Gosh, 3 years. It's hard to believe. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And any closing thoughts that you have for us, you're welcome.
So winter time really is a time to, like I said, to store the best bit and also to enjoy that, because 3 years, right? Many years we've been together, and to learn how to nourish our lives. So when you do that, that we do that with joy because joy is is manifested from a balanced body, right? So to have that joy, to have that curiosity for learning, have that joy, and have that love toward oneself, toward nature, and toward each other, that really is a gift that we're given. It's all of us can do. Don't mind what's going on outside. If you nourish your life and you will live your life without being touched much. We have already demonstrated that in the past 4 or 5 years, and we shall continue to have our little boat and just kind of, sail through life. But we must remember to laugh and to love. So I shall see you all next year, a year of great dragon.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, Dr. Liu and Sarah.
Thank you.
All right. I learn something whenever I hear you talk, so thank you.
Thank you.